Are you actually living your life? Or just reacting to it? Are you in control? Or just on repeat? A lot of people, especially those carrying old pain, aren't really living. They're just surviving, running on autopilot. And the hardest part, you can't change what you can't see. That's what this series is for, to challenge the way you see yourself and give you the tools to shift your perspective so you can start living more in line with your own goals and dreams. Welcome to Shift's Perspective, the show where we rethink how we understand ourselves. This time, we're exploring something deeply personal, your worth. Not just how you feel about yourself, but how that feeling silently shapes your choices, your limits, and your future. I'm MR.MINDSHIFT, but just like always, you can call me Shift. In this series, you won't just hear from me. You'll follow the real journeys of two young people who've already gone through the full process, the tools, the insights, the hard truths, and who've agreed to share their experiences throughout. First, there's Alex, a young man who's carried a heavy past through much of his life. Childhood, teenage years, it hasn't been easy. But today, he's working hard to stop letting the past control his future. And then there's Brenda, a young woman who's struggled to trust herself and to believe she was worthy of care from herself or others. Through self-compassion and honest reflection, she's come a long way. I'm incredibly grateful that they've both agreed to be part of this journey. I know it's vulnerable, but I also know this. Their stories, their struggles, and their growth will help others see themselves in a new way. So once again, thank you both for being here today.
Hey Shift, thanks for that. I'm really glad to be here. This whole process, it's helped me more than I can explain. So yeah, just wanted to say thanks. Not just for the support, but for making me look at stuff I used to avoid.
Hi, Shift, and thanks. It really means a lot to be here. This whole journey, it's been tough. But for the first time, I've actually started to understand myself. So yeah, I'm here because I know what this kind of work can do. And I'm ready to keep going.
Thanks, both of you. I know it's not easy to sit here and be this open, but that's exactly what makes this work real. You've both come a long way. And the fact that you're willing to share that, it means something. I want to start by sharing why this topic, your worth, is so important to me, and why I believe it's something we all need to talk about. Over the years, I've worked with all kinds of people, different backgrounds, different stories, but one thing keeps showing up. When your self-worth is low, it affects everything. The way you think, the choices you make, even the people you let close. And the tough part? Most people don't even know it's self-worth they're struggling with. They just feel stuck, like something's off, but can't explain why. Let me show you on the screen behind me. A lot of people confuse confidence with self-worth. Confidence is what you show. Your actions, your looks, your performance. Self-worth is something else. It's not about how you look, what job you have, or how much money you make. It's about how you feel about yourself. That's why we're doing this. To shine a light on the invisible and the unconscious patterns running in the background, so you can start letting go of the negative stories you've been telling yourself, the ones that hold you back, the ones that were never really yours to begin with, and start seeing yourself for who you actually are. Before I get into what this series is all about, I just want to check in with you two first. Can you tell us a bit about where you were when we first started working on your worth? What was going on in your head back then? And what made you say yes to diving into all this?
Yeah, I was just trying to get through the day. No big plans, no real direction, just keep going. I didn't expect much from life. I was stuck in old patterns doing what I always did. Didn't take chances. Didn't think anything could really change. But deep down I wanted more. Not some perfect life, just something that felt real. So when this came up, I figured it was time to try something different. And I'm glad I did.
For me, it was mostly about trust. I didn't really trust myself. My feelings, my decisions, even my instincts. I always felt like I had to prove something. Like I wasn't good enough unless I was perfect. And underneath it all, I didn't believe I was someone worth caring about. That kind of mindset wears you down. And I got tired of constantly questioning myself. So when this started, I saw it as a chance to finally understand what was going on and maybe learn how to treat myself differently.
Thanks for sharing that, both of you. What you just said, that's real. And it's exactly why this series matters. Because what you've been through, the work you've done, that's not just your journey. It's something a lot of people out there will recognize in themselves. So before we wrap this intro, I want to give a quick overview of what Alex and Brenda have been through and what you can expect from the next 8 episodes. Each one focuses on a key area that helps build and strengthen something we all need: your worth. Okay, so what's actually coming? We're starting with the big one: self-worth. Not confidence, not performance, but how you feel about you when no one's watching. If that's shaky, everything else wobbles too. So that's where we begin. Then we get into thoughts. All the stuff spinning in your head all day. Most of it, you didn't choose. And honestly, a lot of it is working against you. We'll help you notice what's going on up there and start shifting it. After that, we take a closer look at your inner voice. That voice that talks back when you try something new. The one that tells you you're not ready, not good enough, not whatever. You'll learn where that voice comes from and how to stop letting it run your life. Then we're talking boundaries. Because if you don't know where your line is, other people sure won't respect it. And every time you ignore it, your self-worth takes the hit. Next up, values. Not the ones you were told to have, but the ones that feel right for you. Living by your values changes everything. How you show up, how you decide, how you feel. Then we shift into something that's often overlooked: your strengths. When your self-worth is low, they're hard to see. But they're there, and we'll help you find them. Because building on what's right with you, that's power. After that, the comfort zone. Why we stay stuck in what's familiar, even when it hurts. You'll learn how to break old patterns without losing yourself in the process. And in the final episode, we pull it all together. You'll build a plan, not for some perfect version of you, but for the real one that can grow, shift, and actually live on your terms. Each episode comes with practical tools, guided exercises, and stories from Alex and Brenda. So you're not just hearing about it, you're seeing it happen. I know, that was a lot to take in, but don't worry. We're going to slow it down and take it one step at a time. Each episode zooms in on just one part of the process, so you'll have time to reflect, try things out, and see what actually works for you. And if you're ready, the first stop on that journey is understanding your worth. What if building your worth wasn't about fixing yourself, but about finally seeing who you are? In our next episode, we're digging into what your worth is really made of, how it's different from confidence, and how shifting your focus from the outside to the inside can change everything. Hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs it. You never know who's been waiting to hear this. And if you want to explore it on a deeper level, join the free Shifts Perspective Forum, links below. It's a space to ask questions, share your thoughts, and connect with others on the same journey. And if you want tools to try at home, you'll find worksheets, reflection prompts, and extra content in the description. Hope to see you again.